Hello, good morning. We are the Camerata Brass Quartet, and we are members of the Camerata Orchestra, which is an orchestra, big orchestra, that is right here in Bloomington, Indiana, and gives us quite a few concerts every year. And we decided to put together this, what do we call it? This is a quartet, so how many pieces? 4, okay, so decided to put together a 4-piece or a quartet to come and play at a bunch of schools, and we played a whole bunch of them. And so we're very happy to be here at Arlington Elementary today, and we're gonna play some different types of music for you. And we're also gonna demonstrate our instruments. And what family of instruments are we from? Is this brass? Right. So we have 2. What instruments are these over here, you think? What are they called? Tuba, trombone. I think someone said it. That's right. Those are trombones, and these are trumpets. Right. So what instruments of the brass family aren't here? Can you tell me? Someone said it over here before. Who? Someone say tuba. We don't have a tuba here today. Then anything else? What? The French horn. Yeah, those are the 2 other really big brass instruments that we don't have with us today. But if you come to the Camerata Orchestra concert a week from tonight over at the IU Auditorium, you can see French horns and trumpets and tuba and violins and all the different instruments of the orchestra, a very big orchestra, including an organ. They're going to play the real big organ that night too, which will really be a lot of fun. Your teachers should be getting, if they haven't already, some flyers that they can send home with you, and you can show them to your parents, and if maybe you get a chance to come over and see us play with the real big orchestra. Okay, we're going to get back to some more music. When we came walking out, we were playing a Dixieland tune, which is a early jazz style of music. And we played When the Saints Go Marching In, and then we played a fanfare. Wasn't that very loud? It was very loud, and it got your attention, and that's exactly what fanfares are written for brass instruments to play real loud to announce that the king is going to walk in then, or for different reasons, or we're going to get ready to start our performance. And that's that's the reason we play the fanfare, to let you know that the Camerata Brass Quartet is here and we're going to play now. Then we went right into a march by Tchaikovsky, which is a composer from Russia. And so now we're going to play something by Bach, and this is a Bach chorale. Chorale. We like to tie in the quartet with the Camerata Orchestra, and that's one of the reasons that we go out and perform, is to try to encourage the kids to come and see the orchestra, to try to get the experience of seeing a full-size symphony orchestra on a local stage made up of wonderful musicians from the School of Music, both faculty and students. So we try to, we hope that maybe our little bit of a presentation can be kind of an introduction to their wanting to explore more possibilities with live music, to kind of let them know of some things that they would never know about otherwise, to know that you can actually not only have fun playing the instrument, learning how to play the instrument, playing in school bands, playing in the pep band at Bloomington North at the final game. It had to be, an unbelievable experience for those kids in that band, as well as more professionals that get a chance to go, to play in major symphony orchestras, or to travel on a tour, or go around the world, or play in a cruise ship, or travel with a circus, whatever it may be. There's a lot of different possibilities out there. And so hopefully maybe they'll go home tonight and say, gosh, I saw someone playing a trombone and that looked like a really fun thing. You think I could ever take trombone lessons? And I'm sure a lot of parents here in Bloomington, with arts being so big, are going to be able to say, wow, sure, we'll be happy to set you up with lessons and get you started on trombone or trumpet or whatever. So.
Hi everyone, my name is Steve Blank, and it's a pleasure to be here. As Rich said a while ago, I am playing a trombone right here. And one of the neat things a trombone can do that no other instrument can do, one of the things that a trombone can do is use its slide to move positions. So I have to move my slide into each position to get the right note. And it can be tricky, but it does have some advantages, such as the gliss, and I will demonstrate that to you now. That was the last trombone. Next piece we'd like to play for you is called the Maple Leaf Rag. And this piece was written about 95 or so, maybe even 100 years ago, and 1890 or so. And what's neat about this piece is that it's called ragtime music. And ragtime music was written before jazz music. This music evolved into jazz. It's called the Maple Leaf Rag by Scott Joplin.
I think that means it's my turn. Did you have a question, young man? Yeah, what do you need?
Is that
Oh, we can play lots louder. But we won't do that for you today because it's a pretty small room. We wouldn't want anyone to go away with bloody ears. Now, I'm going to go ahead and talk about this for a minute. Is that all right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You guys probably know, because you saw Steve's, it's a trombone, isn't it? There's one very important difference between these two instruments. The size of this that I blow into is bigger. And so it makes a little different sound. And that's why my instrument is called a bass trombone. My notes that I like to specialize in, that I'm best at, are the low notes. And that's what this instrument's designed for. How about if I give you a quick demonstration of what it can sound like? And you can hear the difference in sounds between our instruments. Thank you very much. So you can hear, it still sounds like a trombone, and I can move my slide, but yet this tone sounds better down low, doesn't it? makes a real pleasing sound down there. Now, we're going to play another couple tunes for you. These are different than what we've been doing. A lot of the songs that we've been playing for you are songs that if you were to conduct, or if you were to march to them, you would count to yourself, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is going to be something for you to think about. Now the music we're going to do is going to be something that is divided in 3. So you wouldn't necessarily be able to march to it so well, but you'd be able to dance to it. So you think about those old movies that your parents or maybe your grandparents watch, with the ladies in the long dresses and the men are sometimes wearing tuxedos. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to play a couple tunes like this. One of them is going to be slow, and another one is going to be pretty fast. So it'll require you to listen and see if you can divide that for us. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Count along with us as we play. Now here comes the fast one.
Okay, now we're going to introduce the trumpet instruments. If you stretched out those trombones, they would be very, very long. What is it, like 16 feet or something?
Yes.
Yes.
8 inches.
So a little over 16 feet long if you took their trombone and stretched out all the tubing. Now if you did the same thing to a trumpet, it would be about 8 feet long, so it's about half the size. So the more tubing goes low, the less tubing goes high, right? So the less tubing you have, the higher the pitch of the instrument. And so the trumpet is the high instruments of the brass family, okay? Yes?
What is that little thing in the middle?
What's in the middle, like this? No.
It's on top.
This one? No. Here? You show me.
Here.
Oh, here. Oh, well.
That's just a brace. That's something that just keeps the tubing together so that it doesn't fall apart when I play it. Okay, so we have valves, don't we? The trombone player had that long slide, and he has to keep his arm and elbow going like crazy. We don't. We just do this. And we're going to have Eric give us a little idea of what the trumpet is capable of doing with valves instead of a slide.
It's a lot easier for us to do than a trombone player because we don't have to go nearly as far. They have to like go all the way out and stuff. We only have to do this much.
Now, the one thing that the brass instruments can do, the trombones don't have them with them today, but the trumpets do, and that is we can put mutes in our bell to get a different sound.
This is one of kind of a mute. This is called a straight mute. If a composer wants a different sound to come out of the trumpet, they'll sometimes write for a mute. Let me show you what it sounds like without first. If I put this in, a little bit different sound. We have all sorts of different types of mutes. We didn't bring all of them with us because it'd be way too many to bring. This is the same thing as this, except it's got a cup on the bottom of it. Can you see that cup? This is called a cup mute. Pretty simple. A little bit softer sound, has a little bit of an echo to it. Rich has something that's called a Harmon mute, and there's a couple different ways to play a Harmon mute. The first way is going to be with the stem taken out. Sounds kind of funny, huh? Listen to this though, this will sound really funny. Next time you guys are watching cartoons, listen for that sound, I bet you'll hear it.
And then we have one more mute left. What is this, do you think? A plunger. Oh, yes, it's a plunger. Bought this at the hardware store, and it's a plunger mute. Of course, it's also used for something else, but this one's never been used for that. This has only been used for, with me playing the trumpet, okay? This doesn't get used too much in orchestral music or classical style music. You're not going to be playing some Baroque music by Bach and use this kind of mute. But in jazz music, we play it a lot. And it's like, sounds a little bit like this. Okay, here's the next instrument. What do you think this could be? I don't know. This is probably one that you've never seen before, and it doesn't get used a whole lot. This is called a flugelhorn. A flugelhorn. And you guys have heard flugelhorns before without ever realizing that they're on, that's what you're listening to, but it's very similar to the trumpet. It sounds a little bit mellower, okay? So I'll do this one. Okay. Yeah, that is right. Yeah, and these get used a lot. You hear them a lot on television shows and stuff because they have a much mellower sound, much more melodic sound, and they're fun to play, especially in jazz music. Now, one more instrument. You see this little one over here?
What Rich is holding is called a piccolo trumpet. As you can see, it's a lot smaller than the trumpet we've been playing up to this point. And if it's smaller, do you think it's going to sound lower or higher? Yeah. Just like Tom's instrument here, it was really long and really big, it sounds lower. The opposite is true with the little tiny instrument. It's going to sound a lot higher. We'll show that to you now. First, I'm going to play a scale, then Rich is going to play a scale, and then we're going to include everybody so we can show you all the ranges of all the different instruments. Yeah, it sounds a lot higher. Now we're all going to play a scale so you can hear the range go up as the instruments get smaller and smaller.
Well, we've been giving all these concerts all this school year, and you guys are one of the best audiences that we've ever played for. Very, very good. We thank you. And we're going to play some ragtime music to finish our program today, but we want to just thank you guys again for having us out, and we hope that we can maybe see you with the real big orchestra over at the IU Auditorium a week from tonight. Thank you.
Ready for lunch, but let's just see if they can hear us give thanks with our hands. Ready? Yes!